Samsung Galaxy A52 was one of the most popular mid-range Samsung phones, and because of that, Samsung users were anxiously waiting for its successor. The successor, the Galaxy A53, is finally here, and I'm glad to tell you that I have fully tested this phone. And I'm ready to tell you all about my experience with this phone in this Galaxy A53 final review. If you are watching my channel for the very first time, please consider subscribing, press the bell icon and hit the like button. The like target for this video is just 2000 likes. Alright, as usual I would like to talk about the design first. It looks like the Galaxy A52 for the most part. There is a very minute change around the camera module. The phone's frame is now kind of boxy, it's more flat and it's got a better grip than the Galaxy A52. Samsung has used plastic to build this phone. It doesn't feel that cheap though. Furthermore, this phone is protected by IP67 rating, which means it's resistant to water and dust. The A53 is light in weight compared to the A52. It lacks a headphone jack but retains the micro SD card slot. You get a dual stereo speaker setup on this phone as well. The display size is similar to the Galaxy A52. It's a 6.5 inches Super AMOLED screen. Better stuff on this screen includes 120Hz refresh rate. The display still has a brightness of 800 nits and it's a simple Super AMOLED display. There is no HDR10 support in this screen. I was a little disappointed to find that out. Animations too look fluid on this screen, and in your day-to-day usage, you won't dislike it. The colors, contrast, vibrance still looks good while consuming media on this phone, and the outdoor broad daylight performance is also good. Like its predecessor, this phone also brings an under-display fingerprint reader which works just fine. The haptic feedback of this phone hasn't improved at all, it's still poor. Samsung has introduced the object eraser into the software of the new Galaxy A smartphones. This phone also gets the remastered picture option in the gallery. These two features are not available on old Galaxy A smartphones despite running on the One UI 4.1 Android 12 update. Rest of the software features on the Galaxy A53 are similar to what you get on all other Galaxy A smartphones powered by the same software. One thing that you should keep in mind is that the Galaxy A53 qualifies for 4 Android and 5 years of security updates, which I think is a great deal as you will be able to keep this phone for up to 4 years and still enjoy latest Android version. Samsung this year has gone ahead and deployed its own Exynos 1280 chipset in the Galaxy A53. This is the same chipset that Samsung has used in the Galaxy A33 as well. This means Samsung has kind of put the Galaxy A33 and the A53 into the same bracket this year. Last year they coupled the Galaxy A52 with the Galaxy A72. Anyways, the Exynos 1280 on the Galaxy A53 is not impressive. It definitely suits the Galaxy A33 and I believe the A53 deserved a better chipset. Exynos 1280's performance is quite similar to that of the Snapdragon 720 used on the Galaxy A52. That is to say, you do not get a significant performance upgrade. The chipset runs well and performs all tasks nicely. It does post fine scores in the benchmark test too, but it's got its limits, and one of those limits is its ability to run the games in high graphics mode. For example, you won't get extreme frame rate option for a game like PUBG Mobile, which means this phone can't run games in 60 FPS mode. So this chipset is not super good. I think Samsung could do better here. I'm using this phone with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. Sadly, Samsung is sticking to the old UFS 2.1 storage standard. Samsung should start using the UFS 3 plus storage standards on these phones now. A53 brings 4 rear cameras, with the main camera being a 64 megapixel sensor, and it's got a Sony IMX616 32 megapixel sensor on the front. The camera app is just like the camera app of any other Samsung Galaxy A phone. It's got the features like Snapchat Fun mode, a pro mode without RAW format. There is no portrait video mode or the director's view in this phone. It's got a video recording capability up to 4K at 30 frames per second. You can switch between the ultra wide and wide cameras while recording, and you can also pause a video while recording. Now, I have done a full camera review of this phone, and you guys can definitely check that out, but I'll show you some photo samples here as well. A53 captures images with very deep colors and high saturation. It tinkers with the images to the point where it starts changing the colors a little bit. Many users will find it attractive, but if you are someone who likes maintaining real colors in an image, this camera might turn you off. A53 does capture nice details and it nicely manages the highlights. It's got good dynamic range capabilities as well, and its front camera works in a similar manner. The videos come out nice in the 1080p at 30 frames per second resolution, but the moment you switch to the 60 fps or 4K at 30 fps video mode, you realize that there's a lot of work here to be done. Samsung needs to fix the stabilization of the Galaxy A53 as soon as possible. Its 4K at 30 frames per second and 1080p at 60 frames per second video modes are kinda unusable as of now. And now we can talk about the battery. A53 brings a 5000 mAh battery, a 500 mAh upgrade over the Galaxy A52. This is a big battery for such a phone, and our battery drain test proved the same. In an extremely stressful battery drain test, the Galaxy A53 lasted for about 7 hours and 26 minutes while running on 120Hz, having its brightness set to maximum level for most of the time. This is an impressive battery output, especially when the phone is powered by an Exynos chipset. I expect it to easily last for over a day in your day-to-day usage, and maybe up to 2 days if you don't do gaming or consume a lot of media. And you should also keep in mind that since this is an Exynos chipset, it's not prone to not heating up. It definitely heats up and you can feel that. The phone uses 25-watt charging support, but there is no charger in the box, so I suppose you're not going to like this. And with this we reach the conclusion. Galaxy A53 is not a huge upgrade over the Galaxy A52, and it's certainly not an upgrade when compared to the A52s. It's a downgrade instead. I don't like the fact that this phone doesn't support HDR video playback and there is no headphone jack, and it doesn't bring a charger out of the box either. That is a shame. The only good thing about this phone is the software support of 4 years, otherwise there is nothing new or impressive about this phone. And yeah, that video stabilization is also crippled. Maybe Samsung can earn some positive feedback from me if they fix that at least. So with all these issues and trade-offs, the Galaxy A53 is not a value for money phone, and I would recommend the Galaxy A52s 5G over this phone any day. I have done a full comparison as well, and you can watch that too. But that's it for now from my end. I would love to hear you out in the comment section. If you found my video useful, please like and subscribe. I will sign off and see you all in the next one.